Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday English with Johnny. I'm Johnny, your friend and guide to speaking English with confidence, ease, and a big smile. I'm super excited to be joined today by my amazing co-host, Rose.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rose, and I'm thrilled to be here with Johnny to make English learning fun, practical, and totally inspiring. Whether you're just starting out or already chatting in English, we've got something special for you today.
Have you ever felt like your words just aren't connecting? Maybe you're sharing an idea, giving a presentation, or chatting with friends, but the spark just isn't there. Today, we're unlocking the secret to making your English unforgettable: storytelling.
That's right, Johnny. Storytelling isn't just for kids. It's a powerful way to grab attention, build connections, and make your English shine. In this episode, we'll share techniques to craft stories that captivate, plus our own experiences to show how storytelling transformed our communication. So, grab a notebook or just listen closely, and let's dive into the art of storytelling in English.
Let's start with a story from my life. Growing up in Brazil, I used to struggle with speaking English confidently. But then I started telling stories about my day in English, like, I went to the beach and saw a huge wave. At a family gathering, I shared a funny story about getting lost in São Paulo, and everyone laughed and connected with me. That's when I realized stories make English come alive.
I love that, Johnny. I had a similar experience. When I was learning English, I felt my conversations were flat. Then, at a work meeting, I shared a short story about my first time trying sushi, how I dropped it and laughed at myself. My coworkers smiled, asked questions, and suddenly I felt like I belonged. Storytelling made my English feel powerful and real.
Exactly. Stories aren't just entertainment. They're how we connect as humans. They turn facts into experiences people remember. When you tell a story in English, you're not just practicing the language, you're building bridges with your audience. Let's explore why storytelling is so magnetic and how you can use it to boost your English fluency.
Stories are universal. They work in every culture and language. Why? Because they tap into emotions, spark imagination, and make information stick. When I told my sushi story, my coworkers didn't just hear words, they felt my embarrassment and laughed with me.
That's the power of storytelling. It goes beyond facts. If you say, I had a bad day, it's forgettable. But if you say, I spilled coffee on my shirt, got stuck in traffic, and still made it to work, people listen and connect. Storytelling also improves your English fluency because it forces you to use vocabulary, grammar, and emotion in a natural way.
Plus, storytelling builds confidence. When I saw people react to my stories, I felt proud of my English, even with mistakes. It's like adding color to your communication. It makes you memorable. Let's dive into how to craft a great story in English.
Every great story needs a strong structure. One technique is the rule of three. Set up a character, introduce a conflict, and resolve it. For example, when I told my Lost in Sao Paulo story, I started with me, the character, described getting lost, the conflict, and ended with finding my way home, the resolution. It's simple but powerful.
I used the rule of three when I told a story about learning to ride a bike. I was the nervous kid, character. I fell off a lot, conflict. And finally, I rolled down the street cheering, resolution. Try it. Think of a story with a character, conflict, and resolution. Say the first line. I was nervous about. Go ahead. I was nervous about.
Another key is opening strong. Start with a hook that grabs attention. For example, I began a story with, I thought I'd miss my flight, but something crazy happened. It pulls people in. Try starting with, the day started normal, but then. Say it. The day started normal, but then.
To keep your audience hooked, use a cliffhanger. End a part of your story with suspense, like, and then the door opened and I couldn't believe who was there.
I did this at a party, pausing after I saw something in the dark, and everyone leaned in to hear more. Try it. And then I saw something. Say it. And then I saw something.
Shadowing these openings helps you sound dramatic and engaging. Practice saying, "What happened next shocked me," with excitement. Try it. "What happened next shocked me." These techniques make your stories irresistible.
Great stories need vivid characters. The key is to show, don't tell. Instead of saying, she was angry, describe it. Her face turned red and she clenched her fists. I used this in a story about my sister, saying she stomped her foot and shouted, and it painted a picture for my listeners.
I love that. For example, instead of saying, "He was happy," I said, "He grinned so wide his eyes sparkled." Try describing someone. "He laughed so hard he..." Say it. "He laughed so hard he..."
Next, give your characters a unique voice and dialogue. In my sushi story, I mimicked myself saying, "Oh no, it's on the floor," in a panicked tone. It made people laugh because it felt real. Try a line of dialogue. "I can't believe I did that." Say it. "I can't believe I did that."
To connect listeners, add emotion and empathy. Share how your character feels. In my Lost in Sao Paulo story, I said, "My heart raced. I thought I'd never find my way home." It made my audience feel my fear. Try it. "My heart raced when..." Say it. "My heart raced when..."
Shadowing emotional lines helps you express feelings in English. Practice saying, "I was so nervous, my hands shook," with feeling. Try it. "I was so nervous, my hands shook." These techniques make your characters leap off the page.
Now let's talk about using stories to connect and inspire. Vulnerability is a strength. When I shared a story about failing an English test, saying, "I felt so embarrassed I wanted to hide," my friends opened up about their own struggles. It built trust.
I shared a story about missing a bus and running late to a meeting, saying, "I was sweating and panicking." My coworkers related and shared their stories too. Try sharing a vulnerable moment. "I felt so silly when..." Say it. "I felt so silly when..."
Stories can also include a call to action. End your story with a message, like, "That's why I never give up." I told a story about learning English and ended with, "Keep practicing, you'll get there." It inspired my friends to try harder. Try it. Keep trying, you'll make it. Say it. Keep trying, you'll make it.
Cultural nuances matter too. In American culture, stories often include humor or self-deprecation, like, "I'm such a klutz." But in other cultures, this might seem odd. I learned to adjust my stories for international friends, keeping them simple and universal, like, "I learned something new that day."
I noticed that too. In Brazil, we love dramatic stories, but in English-speaking settings, short, relatable stories work best. Watch shows like Friends to see how characters tell quick, funny stories. Try a short line. "I learned my lesson." Say it. "I learned my lesson."
To become a great storyteller, you need to practice. Try micro story challenges. Every day, tell a 30-second story about something small, like your morning. I said, "I burnt my toast," but laughed it off, and it got easier each day. Try it. "I had a funny moment when..."
Feedback is key too. Share your story with a friend or record it and listen back. I recorded a story about my first English class and noticed I spoke too fast. I slowed down and my next story was clearer. Record yourself saying, "Today something funny happened," and check your tone.
To go from page to stage, practice orally. I wrote a story about my dog, then told it out loud, saying he chased his tail and fell over. It felt more natural each time. Try telling a short story now. "Yesterday, I tried something new." Say it. "Yesterday, I tried something new."
Join online communities like Tandem or Reddit to share stories and get feedback. I posted a story about a funny mistake in English, and native speakers gave me tips to improve. It's like having a storytelling coach. Try it. This one time, I messed up. Say it. This one time, I messed up.
Shadowing is great for storytelling too. Watch a TED Talk or a sitcom and repeat how speakers tell stories, like, "You won't believe what happened." Try it. "You won't believe what happened." It helps you sound confident and engaging.
Let's share a story to inspire you. My friend Anna was shy about speaking English at work. She started telling short stories about her weekend, like, "I went hiking and got lost." Her coworkers loved it, and she got invited to team lunches because her stories built connections. She told me, "Johnny, storytelling made me feel like part of the team."
That's amazing. My cousin Leo struggled with presentations in English. He practiced micro stories like, "I tried cooking and burned everything." At his next meeting, he shared a funny story about a failed recipe, and his boss said, "Leo, you're a natural." Storytelling gave him confidence and charm.
These stories show that storytelling isn't just a skill, it's a way to connect and inspire. You don't need perfect English, just a willingness to share. Every story you tell brings you closer to fluency and makes you unforgettable.
Wow, we've covered so much today. Let's recap. Storytelling in English makes your communication magnetic by connecting emotions and ideas. Use the rule of three, character, conflict, resolution, for structure. Start with strong hooks like, "The day started normal, but then," and use cliffhangers to keep listeners engaged.
Bring characters to life with vivid descriptions, unique dialogue, and emotion. Be vulnerable to build rapport, include a call to action, and adapt for cultural nuances. Practice micro-stories daily, seek feedback, and share orally to improve. Shadow phrases like, "You won't believe what happened." Try it. You won't believe what happened.
Make storytelling part of your life. Tell a 30-second story about your day, like, "I had a funny moment when." Join online groups, watch shows like The Office, and record yourself to hear progress. Your stories, with your unique accent and style, are what make you special.
Imagine telling a story that makes friends laugh, inspires coworkers, or wins over an audience. That's the power of storytelling, and we know you can master it. Thanks for joining us on Everyday English with Johnny. What's one story you'll tell this week? Share it in the comments below, and let's inspire each other.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep telling stories in English. You're on your way to captivating everyone. Bye, everyone.
See you soon.